Hello, this is Amanda from Multisoft Corporation, your MLM solutions provider. Today we're going over session 6 of your compensation training, which is going to be how to calculate your commissions. So I'm logged in as an admin and I'm under Plans and Calculate Commissions, and you'll see this screen. There's 3 systems at the top showing on this test site. You may not see all of these systems, or they might be labeled something different. You might have 2 or maybe 1 system. Whichever system you're going to calculate commissions, you want to make sure that you're selecting that particular tab. A lot of times the matrix might say weekly, so you might have a weekly and a unilevel. The unilevel is your monthly commissions and the weekly is your weekly. So if you want to calculate your monthly, you'll go on your unilevel, and your weekly, you'll go on the weekly tab. But for this particular system, it's binary, matrix, and unilevel, the 3 systems that Multisoft has available. Once you've selected the system that you'd like to calculate commissions, it's very easy. You just click on Calculate Commissions. You'll see a pop-up appear that shows congratulations, commissions calculated completed, and then you can view commissions. Depending on how many commissions you have to calculate, it might take a really long time. So it just depends. It could be fast, just like it was for me because I'd already calculated it, or it could take a little bit longer. But just wait till it's finished and then it'll show you when it's completed. So that's the Calculate Commissions button, and you'll see that it's successfully completed here. It gives the date and the time stamped right there. If you'd like to apply settings, that is what these check boxes are right here. So this displays in your back office. Here's all the periods that are available. If you would like not all of them to show, you can uncheck the ones you don't want to show, or you can show them all the time, or you could maybe show them right after you've calculated commissions so that everybody sees them right before they're about to be paid. However you like. A lot of clients have them available all the time, but then some clients do like to wait till after they've calculated them to display them. So it's up to you. I'm going to show you how to maybe uncheck one of these that you don't want to display, and maybe the information isn't pertinent. So I'm just going to uncheck the period 1, and I'm going to apply settings. So now only admin can see this when they're back here in the calculate commission screen. If I'm a distributor logged in, I'll no longer see period 1, which is April 9th through April 30th. So let's test that out. And remember, this is the unilevel tab. Whichever one that you want to be hidden in, you'd go ahead and click on that tab. So right now, Matrix has 3 periods available. So I'm going to just hide the second period, apply the second, apply the settings. And then for binary, I don't know if there's any. Oh, there is some in here. I'm going to go ahead and hide the 7 just to show you how it works. This period 7. All right, so let's go ahead and sign in as a distributor. All right, so I'm signed in as a distributor. When they're in their back office, they can scroll right here and they can see the commissions available right here and view other information about it. So you can remember in the binary, we selected the top one to hide. You can see that's hidden. The matrix, I believe it was the second period that we might have hid. So it skips from the 4th to the 6th, so it doesn't have May in there. And then the unilevel is the very first period, so it starts on May. So that shows you how you can just display what you'd like in the back office. They also see this information under, earnings and then history. So here's where they see that information. I'm going to sign out and sign back in as admin. You can sign back on the Calculate Commissions page. So we've gone over how to calculate commissions, apply settings. I want to go over closing a period. So you can see the period is right here. Here's the start and the finish period. Now your periods, this particular system has a monthly period, so you can see it's a month long. Some periods might be different. They could be every 2 weeks, they could be longer. Depending on what you have your period set as, you'll see the finish period right here. Now the system won't let you close a period before that date. So today's actually after that date. So I can close this period. I'm going to show you what it looks like to close a period. So you just simply click on Close Period, and this will pop up for you. Basically, it wants you to make sure that you've gone through, you've calculated commissions, you've tested everything, this is ready to close, because once you close a period, you really don't like to reopen it. It becomes a little bit more complicated. You can reopen periods unless they're funded, and we'll get into that. But we just like you to make sure everything's checked off before you actually close it so you don't have to reopen it. Once you've closed it, you can see it's set to close. You have to calculate commissions, and that reopens the next period. So here's our next period open. So today is September 12th. I want you to see what happens if I try and close this period. You'll actually get a pop-up saying you cannot close this period because it's actually not September 30th yet. So it won't let you close a period where the finish is in the future. You have to actually be on that date or past that date for you to be able to close it. So that's how you close a period. And then we went over how to calculate commissions, how to display an office, and a little bit what periods are. So the start and the finish period, when you're calculating commissions, it's going to look for all of the orders between September 1st and September 30th and pay them out to people who have met the rank requirements to earn commissions. So let's click on the period ID 6 and we'll look at some distributors who've earned some commissions. We see there's some commissions in here. So by default, it'll show everybody that's earned commissions. So here's everybody that's earned commissions. You see they all have a rank, they'll have some kind of payment, and if they've any adjustments in there, so this has a negative adjustments, they'll also populate by default. You can look at all of your distributors in your company if you want to see everybody's ranks, and it'll show everybody in the company, even if they haven't earned commissions. I'm going to make this a little bigger. So here's everybody that hasn't earned commissions as well as people who have. You'll know someone who hasn't earned commissions because it has associate member, and that's called our default rank. So if ever you see associate member and you see they haven't earned commissions, you know at least one thing. One of the reasons why they haven't earned commissions is they haven't met the lowest rank requirement, meaning they've met the requirements to become a distributor in your company, but they haven't met the lowest rank requirements to earn commissions in your company. And the Multisoft default rank is associate member. That can be updated to any name that you would like, but by default it's saying if they're associate member, they still have requirements to meet before they can earn commissions. So here's some just a list of everybody in the company, people who have earned commissions and who have not, with different ranks. I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that, click search again. So if you click on one of these IDs that has some different payouts in it, you'll be able to see some information about each one of those payouts. Let's click on Wonder1002. So it gives you basically the same information that was on the other page, but right up here in case you need it. So here's their ID, their name, gives you the period you're looking at and the year, their rank, and their total earnings. You see they're in the negative. That means that there's an adjustment, so they owe some commission still. Here's all of the different bonuses that are available. So this test system right now has Unilevel, has something called a retail wholesale, Unilevel fast start bonus, and a generational bonus set to it. The total amount they made in Unilevel was $10. And you can see that they sold to somebody on their level 2, and they had 200 CV on that order, and it was set to pay out 5% for somebody on their level 2, so 5% of 200 was $10. So that was, and if they had any retail wholesale, you could just click on the tabs and it would give you additional information about the payout so that you could check that and make sure that's correct. And then there's still some adjustments in here, so you can see there's still an adjustment. So that's all the information right there for you to check, and you would have your compensation plan out and just making sure to somebody on their level 2 that sells to someone on level 2 that is a bronze, do they get 5% of the CV? So that's how you would check it, and then you could also calculate it as well to make sure that that's correct. When it does come time to pay out commissions, you can download the check register. You just click on download check register. This is after you've calculated everything. You want to make sure everything's correct, checked everything with all your distributors, and then you click on download check register. You'll see it pop up on the bottom of your screen, and you can click on it. It'll pop up an Excel spreadsheet. You can double click on the columns and it makes them wider so all of the text fits in there. It's going to open all these up. Alright, so it has everybody that earned commissions, and if they haven't earned commissions, it'll just have a total amount that they owe. It'll keep track of everything they've earned as far as each kind of bonus that they've earned at, and the total just gives you what is left. So You can see that the one we were looking at, they did get 10 commissions. They owed $644, so now they owe $634. And these others had earned some commissions. You just want to look in this very last column, the total amount, to find out what the actual checks will be sent out as, or however you're paying commissions, or what somebody still owes out wouldn't receive a check. So that's how you can find your statement, your check register for paying out commissions. You can as well check all the ranks here. You always want to calculate commissions before you check any ranks or commissions. Let me go back. I do want to show you how the commissions works with the orders, and I want to give an example. So you see how this particular period is closed right here. This is the August period. We now have September open. So we're about in the middle of September now. If I did have an order that is back here in August that I wanted to put in the September, or maybe I had a September order I want to put in the August because I haven't paid it out, there's two things that I want to check. So let's say I have a September order I actually want to pay out in August because I haven't paid out August. So let's find a September order. Let's go to orders and search orders. So here's a September order right here, order number 248. You can see it's part of an open commission. If I wanted to set this into the August commission, I could just go in here and edit it and change it to August, and I say I want Maria to be able to be paid out for this order. But the one thing to keep in mind is I've already calculated and closed that commission, so it's not going to be calculated, and I would need to recalculate that particular period. So let's go ahead and change this. Let's see if Maria is somebody who is currently going to earn commissions. Let's check out 100,009. So let's go to plans and calculate commissions. This is order 248. I'm going to check this particular period right here because this is the one where I want that order. I want Maria to be paid out for that. So she's a bronze. So if we were to set this into the August period, she would receive commissions for this. So let's go back to that orders and search orders. So let's go to 248. So this order has 100 of unilevel commission values. That's what we're paying, that's what we're calculating right now and testing with. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to August. So let's put it in August. Put in my notes, and I'm going to hit save. All right. Plans and calculate commissions. So nothing's happened yet because of course this order is closed. If I calculate commissions, the open period isn't going to look for August orders. So what I need to do is reopen a closed period. In that case, the one thing I need to look at is, has this period been funded? So let's go ahead and go to plans and reopen period. And that is this period right here. Do you see if it's funded, it won't let you reopen it? And that's because it's already been funded and calculated. We'd rather you do an adjustment in the open period, because once you've funded something and you recalculate, it can mess everything up. So we don't like you to go into anything funded. We don't even have it available. You have to put in a ticket and then we have to do it for you. But we usually like just to create an adjustment in the open period. But since this hasn't been funded, I can go ahead and reopen it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on reopen. Click OK. And you see it says period reopened successfully. You see it's gone. It's not there anymore. So let's go back to plans and calculate commissions. And to see it here, we have to calculate commissions. And then we should see our August period open up. Alright, so before I look at it, I'm just going to click on, I'm going to go ahead and click on period 5. And let's look at Maria. So here Maria is. So she did receive some commissions off of $1,000 volume, and it was under recurrence test 100, 132. Let's see if that's that order that we were looking at. It was 248. Yep, recurrence test right here. Okay, let's go back to plans and calculate commissions. So the volume says 1,000, and I thought it said 100 on the other, but here's 5% of 1,000 is 50. So let's look at that one more time and see if I was looking at that wrong. So it does say 100. So one thing to look about that is if the same person, the same ID has put in multiple orders, it'll just keep tracking those all together. It doesn't separate them by order. So we can further test this by clicking on this ID. I don't want to go too much into a rabbit hole here, but I just wanted to show you where that 1,000 came from so it doesn't look confusing. So here's their account. I'm going to click on their order history. So we have a lot of orders placed here during August. So we can look up a couple orders. The one we were looking up was 248 right here. So we can look at 245, 240, and what it does is it adds up all of that CV and pays it to that distributor. So it's not just coming from one order. That's why we see 100 here, but when you go to plans and calculate commissions, and the commission value that it's paying out on, it had 1,000. It's going to go ahead and calculate all of the CV made by that one particular user and pay out right there. Now if there's another user on their level 1, it would create a second column for that user. But this particular user did create a lot of orders and the volume equals 1,000 and 5% is 50. So hopefully that helps. So that's one other way of looking at calculating commissions. So an easy way is if you're just going to calculate commissions for your current open period. Since this is all finished and I've completed my edit, I'm going to go ahead and close the period and reopen, and we'll go ahead and open the open period that we were looking at for September. So it says it's closed. You can check it's closed here. Calculate commissions. View commissions. Here's my new open period. Now open periods are easy to edit. You can go ahead and change different values, commission values and such on the order if you'd like. One thing you can't do is you can't take an order from a distributor and give it to a different distributor. That's one thing you can't do. Let's go ahead and go to orders and search orders. Let's find a September order. So here's September order, but I'm going to go ahead and edit this order. So I want to edit the CV. I'm going to put in a really large amount. Alright, now I want to put my reasons up here. Alright, I'm going to hit save. I want to look for Matea Anderson, 100,004. So let's go to plans, calculate commissions, and let's look for Matea Anderson. So I always want to calculate commissions before I check. Okay. So here's Matea Anderson right here. Let's click on her ID number. And here's our order who we put in that big volume. She got 30%, so she got 1,500 off of that order. So it shows you how you can edit the volume. Also, if there's somebody in the system who has not met the rank requirements, you can vest them and you can see them go ahead and earn rank. Let's see here. Let's take an example. So here's one, 100,008. Let's go ahead and invest 100,008, and we'll see if that helps him get any commissions. I didn't see any orders for him back here, but we'll check. So I'm going to go to advanced search. We'll search his ID. And let's go to edit status rank. I just want to make sure and check the system that you're going to be investing to. I'm going to go to gold, and it's already set to September. I'm going to go to the end of September, put in my reason, make sure it's 15 characters. I'm going to update it. Alright, and let's go back to plans and calculate commissions. Go ahead and calculate commissions. View commissions. Let's click back on our open period. So you can see he is vested, so he doesn't have anybody under him with any orders or any customer orders or anything. But if he did, you would also see that commission automatically populate when you vest him. So that shows you how you can kind of change ranks and also orders to show into different periods as long as they're not funded, or go into change CV for current open periods and such for different distributors if there's any mistakes that are done when you're going through your commissions and how to test them. So hopefully that helps. We're going to go into more commissions training next, but this is just the beginning of how to just calculate commissions and test a few of your orders with your current commission period. Please share this webinar training with your company administrators and support team in order to enhance the services provided to your customers and distributors. We appreciate your feedback and input. Please let us know if this helped and how we can improve supporting you. If you have any questions about this or any other trainings, would like to schedule one-on-one training with one of our CSRs, or would like to speak with a multi-soft account executive, please call us at 1-239-945-6433 or submit help desk ticket request at helpdesk.marketpowerpro.com.